Hello, all humans and non-humans. This is Zollar Tarot. My name is Laura, and I do something a little bit unusual where I meditate and receive an image for you, the collective, and I'm going to be drawing this or sketching it out and talking about that while I also pull tarot and oracle cards for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So the image that I was seeing, it was like this table with this really large cake on it, like a three-tiered cake. And it wasn't necessarily a wedding cake, although it could represent that. But it was like a big chocolate cake, and it had a slice taken out here on this level and this level. And so I just kind of quickly sketched out a little bit of it. And there were like these little things flying around it, like little with wings, like little rosebuds with wings. Not sure what that means yet. So we'll see how this develops, but I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Lightseers deck here. I hope everyone is doing well. You know, there's like a double meaning in here. I can already feel it. So, but let's see what it says first. All right. You might be a Capricorn or asking about a Capricorn. Let's see. Okay. Well, you're letting go of something you don't need anymore, that's for sure. Yeah, okay, one more. And working together with others. So we'll start with these three cards. All right, so we have the Devil, we have the World, and we have Three of Pentacles. You know, the Devil represents lots of things. It could be Capricorn, it could mean that. But I think also, it also could talk about oppression. You see how there's this person on strings, like he's the puppeteer here, this really seductive looking guy. And he's kind of magical and everything, and he's pulling the strings of this person. So it's almost like an unhealthy, like kind of codependent, maybe narcissistic relationship here. Sure is good looking though. And then this card, the World, represents endings. So whatever is going on here, it looks like that's ending, and you're going to be starting a new cycle. Look how that symbol is sort of repeated in here too. So this is definitely success and completing something. And then this card, the Three of Pentacles, is all about working in a team, working together. This is rewarded work, working hard, usually with other people. And what I'm hearing with this cake is, and I've been hearing it since I did the meditation, is having your cake and eating it too. Well, how do you have your cake and you eat it too? You can have it for a moment, but then if you eat it, then it's not there anymore, right? So there might be a case where this is the double meaning I was getting, was either, you know, you are able to enjoy what you have and really be in the moment and be grateful for what you have, which will bring you more good stuff. Or there's someone who is trying to have their cake and eat it too with regard to you. So when I say that, especially because the Devil card is here, this is telling me somebody, like maybe they want all the benefits, say, of having a relationship, but they don't want to put the work in. They want you to do all the work. That's a very kind of codependent, narcissistic relationship. That would definitely be Devil energy. I will flesh out this drawing later too and post it so you guys can see the finished piece. But right now I'm just going to get the rough out of what I was seeing in the image. And these like little like flying roses, I don't know how else to say it. They didn't have like stems or anything. They just had these little tiny wings. And they're very cute. And it's all lovey-dovey. And so this might be related to a relationship. This does seem to be that way, but it's almost like you're going away from that and going into just working with someone. So I'm going to pull some, you know what, let's pull 3 more from this deck, and then I'll pull from that smaller mini deck. Okay. So this is the Queen of Wands. This is interesting because that's kind of an image I got too, and I was debating between this, you know, power in the hand and doing this big cake that kept popping up in my head. So Queen of Wands is about owning your passion. She's a very beautiful and energetic and loving, passionate, feminine energy. Yeah, definitely, you know, happy about life. She's got her little black kitty here at her feet. So she's kind of magical in a way. Holding up her wand, she's very happy. She's celebrating her own personal power, right? So that's kind of the opposite of what's going on here, where you're being controlled by someone who has you in their hand, and then it's like completing that and taking back your power and seeing your own beauty and your own power and living from that instead. Okay. So this, whatever this is, has caused you a lot of anxiety, maybe lost sleep, and I'm sorry you're having to go through that. You know, that's like, we go through phases in our life where it's like that because we're having to like change. We have to change. You know, if we're in an abusive relationship, or we're in, whether it be work or romantic or something like that, whatever that is, to be able to lift ourselves out of oppression, right, to complete that cycle, we are going to have to like really think about things and maybe lose some sleep over it and make some wishes and, you know, regain our personal power, who we truly are, our authentic self, and put that into practice. So let's see if we can, oops. Okay, let's see if we can get clarification on that. Oh, lovers, definitely a relationship read. Look at that. Okay, so this is really passionate. This is one of my favorite lovers cards in all the decks. I love, love, love this. There's so much passion. You can see how connected they are together. That's so amazing. I love that. So, yeah, so it's almost like the rewards are a healthy, balanced relationship here when you get past this stuff that's caused you pain. So it's like somebody wanted to eat your cake, or they wanted to be able to, you know, have you in the palm of their hand without actually being the one who bakes the cake and cuts the cake, and they just want to enjoy the cake, right? But it looks like, you know, that's something that you're either getting past, or that you're thinking about moving forward from, or it's already in your past and good for you. So we all have to deal with those devils inside, those demons in our life, so to speak, and claim our power so that we can be who we all are authentically. And I'm not sure what this is that I'm drawing around here, and I don't even quite, was thinking that there were like a couple of goblets here. This is almost looking like a wedding wedding cake. I'm not trying to make it look that way, but now that's wanting to come out, these goblets. I think I'm going to put it down here instead, and then we'll do this other one here. Yeah, okay, well, so this is perhaps a love read. And now we've got the 2, you know, flying roses, whatever that means. Roses represent like a burgeoning love, perhaps, you know, the reclaiming of the self, blossoming, good luck, things like that. We'll go ahead and assume this is a table here. And all right, I'm gonna pull from this little mini deck. Can I have clarification on the devil, please? Clarification, please. Yeah, coming in fast, strong, with passion, power. This is someone who you had a lot of passion with. Yeah, they might have almost dazzled you or confused you with like they would rush in and maybe love bomb or something, and yeah, you know, and so attractive, so energetic and everything, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. It was definitely not healthy, because it was codependent. Can I have more clarification on the devil, please? More clarification. Death. Yeah, okay, so that relationship came to an end. You changed. You had to change. You have to break free from something like that. You have to change. You have to become more reliant upon yourself and making yourself happy and taking care of yourself, and not just about taking care of everybody else and meeting all their needs and everything. And things can get really wacky when you just are giving all the time and you're not like giving to yourself. And so can I have clarification on the Queen of Wands, please? Queen of Wands. Broken heart. Yeah, you took your heart back in your hands. Good for you to get past this broken heart. One more clarification card on the Queen of Wands, please. And the Tower, oh my gosh. Well, you've been through it, so I see that. Definitely the Tower, which is about purification, letting things go, and it can be involuntary. Like it was something that had to happen, but it wasn't necessarily something you wanted to happen. Because it broke your heart, you know. But the thing is if you were in an abusive relationship of some kind, and I'm not saying you were, but if you were, and that's what it's looking like, then you definitely needed to let that go. It was just tearing you apart. And so you ripped the Band-Aid off. It wasn't even a Band-Aid. It was like ripping the whole cast off or something, you know. So I'm sorry. That was just very, very painful. But you did. You ended it, and you did it. So can I have clarification on the Nine of Swords, please? Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is about nightmares, not getting enough sleep, things like that. So it could be that you were really hoping for marriage or some kind of like commitment, because this is a marriage card here, the Four of Wands. It could be a party too, or it could just be meeting up with old people, but there was something that was like an unrequited love, or like a major disappointment in an expectation or a dream that you had, right? Have more clarification on Nine of Swords, please. So perhaps that wedding cake was ruined. Oh my gosh, the Lovers again. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this is telling me that either this love relationship that you had healed itself, or there was a new love that came in. There was a couple of energies here. So somehow you letting go of this old unhealthy love has brought in something new and better. Okay. All right. Well, let's have clarification on this Lovers then. Please, clarification on Lovers. Eight of Swords, trapped in the mind. So you're worried about something. You know, don't let the past hold you back, because sometimes we've been through, you know, when we've been through something really, really miserable and abusive with someone that we really loved, we were very attached to, we were trauma bonded to them or something like that. Sometimes we carry that over into the new relationships. So this card's sitting here between these two Lover cards, and you have fears. Your fears, like stuck in the mind, kind of. This is the same with the Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. So this thing that you've lost sleep over, you know, I would not be surprised if the Queen of Swords pops up here, but we'll see. So can I have clarification on the World, please? King of Wands, that's passion. Strong, passionate leader, bold. It was a bold move you made. You made a bold move to complete this cycle with this person so that you could move on. I have more clarification on the World, please. Yeah, it happens. Well, you were keeping your eye on the prize. So your eye on the prize could mean you want a happy, healthy family, and you knew you couldn't have it with this person. Eye on the prize could be, you know, you want your child to have good role models around them, you know. So if in the relationship that person was being not the kind of role model you want for your child or children, then that would be another reason to move on. Eye on the prize. It could have been lots of reasons, but maybe this person was like not putting their portion into the relationship. They were just kind of using you and everything. So, but you want balance. See, the Chariot's about balance too, keeping your eye on the prize. So your eye on your prize would be like to have your cake would be, you know, a partnership that has equal give and take, that's healthy, that's balanced, that's not codependent or imbalanced or narcissistic in any way. That's, you know, that's equal. So I don't think that's too much to ask. Can I have clarification on Three of Pentacles, please? Now, it looks like you're focusing on work. Yep. And your health. You're really taking care of yourself, which is good. You might be doing something where you're in the spotlight too, and so you feel motivated to like polish yourself up a bit, or break free from all this like toxic stuff from the past. This toxic stuff could be a habit too. It may be an addiction, but it could be, it seems to be some sort of like romantic relationship. But the Star card's it's about two things generally. It's about self-care, and it's also about stardom. You know, it's loving yourself. It's your self-healing includes loving yourself, seeing the star that you are. And I have more clarification on Three of Pentacles, please. There could be something in your work that you do where you are a leader. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Okay, so the Hermit card, the Hermit can be about like going meditating to get insight into things. But in this case, I think this is also because I think it emphasizes what the Lantern means, which is you guiding the way for others, being a guide, being a wise guide, right? But you can only do that if you take care of yourself, see the star that you are, work hard, work with others. That looks like you're guiding the way. Yeah. Yeah, you're on your path. Nice. Can I have more clarification on this, Lovers, please? And then we'll pull some from the Oracle. Someone coming in with a love offer. Not super impressive yet, but it could be a renewal of something, or it could be some new person. Let's see. Can I have more clarification on the Lovers, please? Yeah. Trust your instincts. There are things, yeah. Okay. Well, the High Priestess is all about the deeper mysteries, seeing what's underneath, but not in the way the Moon card is. This is more of like a spiritual connection. Yeah, being in touch with the divine. So trust your instincts with regard to this person coming in, if they're the right one or not. You'll know the red flags because you've been through all this nonsense already. You've learned a lot. Seriously. You know, you've come a long way. I could see that. You worked very hard for that cycle completion and for these, you making the way for all this new stuff to come through. I'm going to pull from, let's pull from this deck. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a really nice deck. It's an Oracle deck. Let's see, and I'm going to draw a little bit more. Clearing with Ganesha on there. I love Ganesha. So, if you really want to have your cake, you're going to have to clear some things out. It says, as true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine, to God's. Such freedom. So basically what that's saying is that when you connect yourself to a bigger picture, to a bigger vision, to a bigger spirituality, you know, I tend to think of mine in terms of the Great Spirit, which is more of my Native American Indian background. So for me, it's the connection to the divine, to the spirit, and connection to the earth and to Father Son. So Mother Earth, Father Son, Great Spirit, right? And then you can pull that into your heart and spread that out everywhere. And you can do that as a daily meditation. But use whatever works for you. So if you have a particular deity that you admire or answer to, or you don't have that kind of thing, you're just spiritual, you don't have any kind of symbolism, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. Find that higher calling, find that focus, and tap into that, so that gives you the strength that you need, and keep your eye on the prize, wherever the Chariot was here. Yeah. eye on the prize. So if you want this like really happy relationship here, this wedding, and you want to have your cake, and you want to have equal give and take here. We've got the two, and I will make those look a little better over time, but right now this is I'm not sure what's behind here yet. It almost seems kind of like it would be abstract beautiful, but we'll see. But if you want this, yeah, then clear away the way that you look at things in terms of relationships, but you've had to. I see that in moving forward. So I'm going to pull one more from this oracle. Yeah, okay. And there it is again, intuition. So again, this is like the High Priestess. This is your intuition. It says, each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. So whatever your source is, your spirituality. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. It actually works that way, believe it or not. You know, when you clear out toxic relationships and you refocus and stuff like that, you will find often that your psychic abilities or your intuition has become much more developed. And you can find answers from the inside. However you tap into your spirituality, your core self. That's a nice card. Limitless. Because you've done the work. So see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. So look at everyone and everything, every experience that you have as an opportunity to learn, to receive symbolism for reassurance that you're on the right path, for answering your questions. Say you have certain questions, is this person my right person, and everything. If so, please make sure that there are white feathers, you know, like if you're talking to guides, angels, whatever you call them, right? So, and that's one way to get confirmation. Okay, so then you'll start seeing white feathers in different places if that's the answer. I had a relationship once where I said, okay, so if this is truly my guy and everything, I want to see emperors. See the word emperor or something like that. And if he's not, then I want to start seeing penguins everywhere. I just made this up. Well, I did see emperor, and then I also see penguin, and then I saw them together because there's actually something called an emperor penguin, which I, wasn't even thinking about at the time. So it was kind of like, but anyway, through that, I found out through the that symbolism that I needed to be aware of some things that were kind of off, and it helped me make some decisions. So, but you can look for symbols that represent just, yes, this is a successful thing you should do. Or you are not alone. Or if it's someone who's passed away, say, you can ask them to leave you white feathers, or to leave you dimes, or to leave you just something that symbolizes, maybe you see ravens, and that's one of my symbols. I love ravens or crows. And that can reassure you and give you answers and things like that. That's one way to do it. And you can go inward like I do and get imagery that confirms certain things. I just see it in my mind's eye, and often that's how I create my artwork, my paintings, drawings, things like that, or sections that I need to develop on my projects and pieces. I will go inward to do that. So let's get, excuse me. This is a different kind of deck. It's called Healing Cards. It's by the healer Carolyn Miss. She's don't need the book shuffled with it. Okay. It's this. So I don't know if that's still being published or not, but they're really nice cards. So I'm going to give you this for the healing. So because I feel like you need to hear some sort of healing message. Okay. Now look at the artist. Nice. Let the beauty you love be what you do. Let the beauty you love be what you do. So for me, I love art and I love tarot, and that's what I'm doing, and that's how I'm of service, right? So for me, that combines a lot of different aspects that I love. And this is something you can do too. Not necessarily have to be an artist, but whatever your thing is, if you're a poet or maybe you're a writer, whatever you find beautiful. Maybe you find numbers beautiful. Maybe you like to crunch numbers. Maybe you find organization beautiful, and you really get into something like feng shui, or just going in and helping people organize their house. Okay, so it says on the other side, it says, we often blind ourselves to beauty precisely because it inspires us to go beyond ourselves. Today, find only beauty, especially when your first instinct is to be critical of someone, something, or some opportunity. So, okay, I'll give you an example, road rage. So, say you're on the road and someone cuts you off and it really ticks you off because it's really early in the morning and you're not quite awake yet and you haven't had your coffee, and darn it, it's, that kind of day. Rather than, like cursing them out and everything, maybe you could stop yourself and just say, what a beautiful morning it is. Look at the sky. Look at the clouds there. There are dogs and people walking their dogs over here in the park. Isn't that lovely? And just try to shift your focus. And when you train your mind to do that, to look for the beauty rather than to be critical of the things that you don't like, it actually shifts your energy level. It actually shifts how you're vibrating, and other people can pick up on it. And it also sets the pace for the rest of your day, right? So for this thing that you love to do, maybe it's not something you could do full time right now, but if not, it's okay. Just do it in little bits. So that morning, in the morning and everything, maybe you just paint a little bit, or you just write a sentence, or journal, or maybe you play an instrument, or maybe you organize something, or whatever it is that you love that is beautiful to you. So I would say that's really good. You'll know what that is because you'll be following your intuition, right? Really, really good. So I think I'm going to pull one card from this oracle, and then we're going to wrap things up, and I'm going to draw a little bit more maybe. But like I said, I will flesh out that drawing so that you can see the finished piece. I always like to do that. Cake. Have your cake and eat it too. Enjoy the celebration. I think you can do this. And you can do this with someone that gives you equal give and take. But first partner up with your spirituality and the divine, right? So get clear on who you are inside and how you are connected to all things. And once you do that, the rest of it falls into place. Getting really clear on what it is you love to do. So no, it's not that one. This one. Mystic Healer, right on. Look at that. That's a pretty card with the wise owl up here. She has the crescent moon on her head. That's like the high priestess. So it says healing energy flows through you. So it's just like what I was just saying. If you've done the work, which we know you have, and you connect into your spirituality as much as you can and keep developing that, what you'll find is healing energy flows through you, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. So, and you get to enjoy the goodies in life, the wonderful chocolatey wedding cake, because it was chocolatey. I know wedding cakes generally are not chocolatey, but this one was a very chocolatey cake, because that represented sort of the richness, the bountiful flavors, and it seemed like it would be really delicious. So, of course, you want a delicious cake. That's the kind of cake you want. So, yeah. So I'll develop this and put this up later, and I think you're doing fine. You just are going through this process of letting go of the old stuff that you don't need, tapping into your spirituality and being a guide for others, which is amazing. And that leads you on to healthier love. And because the Queen of Swords didn't pop up, I'm thinking that you're going to be transitioning through this fairly quickly from the Chariot, and also fairly effectively. So, and I don't think you'll be too defensive. You just might be kind of worried at times. So don't stress yourself out. Just tap into your spirituality and meditate, things like that. And take care of yourself with the star card, and you're going to be just fine. So, yeah, good for you. You're a healer. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. If you liked this, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you subscribe, that means that whenever I do post new episodes, that it'll come up in your feed. And I do appreciate you being here, and I really do hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.